Hey, there we go. Dub. Whoa, okay. Let's fix that one. Check, 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 check. Ooh. Damn. There we go. Things that should be fixed. Ooh. Things that should be fixed before stream. Alright. New studio. New studio. Check this shit out. We got cameras. Oh, one camera. We got one camera. We got clipping mics. There we go. Yeah, buddy. Getting those levels correct. Yeah, whole new situation. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's kind of fun. I'm excited about it. So excited. I didn't use hair gel. No, we're here genuine. Full bedhead time. Gonna be dope. All right, get the. We're going over. We have a couple. We got a couple of things going today. I'm gonna go over some beatbox singing. Beatbox singers. And, I'm gonna start debating between going a couple of things. I kind of want to talk about Gene Shinizaki. Probably my favorite beatbox singer. I think he's goated. All right. So we're going to go boosh. Look at that. Look at that. We got a round circle here. Okay. A round circle. We're putting on the moves in this here stream. Talk about the Gene. Let's do it. Let's get right in. It was not, ooh, jeez. It was not, ooh. So I did take some notes here, but right now let's get context. This is the year that Gene won. One of the major challenges in beatbox singing is being able to use a bunch of percussion without it affecting the voice. One of the primary uses, like what nature intended for the vocal folds, is that the vocal folds are a sphincter. And when we use said sphincter, the folds come together and they're like this. This happens in response to breath pressure. So when you or the folds come together. Hey, what's up, Kubomir? Kubomir. Please let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Usually I have my pieces of paper. I have There we go. The vocal folds come together with what is called the Bernoulli effect. So, if I just blow in, oops. There we go. The more air I blow in, the more they come together. Now, there are little bits and bobs that help them come together, but ultimately, in order to adduct the folds, you need that breath. So when you have that breath pressure and it builds up like that, now you have this problem. The folds are not going to move. So this is where the comes in. Because he's which takes a little bit of coordination with that their lips. From Czech Republic, so my language is mostly made of letters. I visited the Czech Republic when I was on tour. Y'all got really, really, really cheap beer. Which is a weird thing to comment on, but it was like, man, Pilsners are almost as cheap as water. Drink a lot. It's a nice country. Really, really pretty. Let me fix this volume listing. I legit might. Let's do this a little bit. Boosh. Yeah, get a little bit of that going. And a little bit more, a little bit more. Here we go. Yeah, crush the shit out of that. Little two. There we go. Let's do that a little bit. Boom. Okay. Sorry, trying to get. I have a compressor on the RC505, which I usually use, but right now I'm not using the RC505. I'm using my Scarlett. So I have to do the levels. A new setup. Proud of that. Even cheaper than beer, than water. Yeah, it's fun. I learned Nazdravi. Was that Nazdravi? Oh, I learned some. It was a bit ago. But it was a great time. Went to this like really fancy church. We did a couple of things. Went to that. We were in a theater as well. It was cool. I begin to have an appreciation for what it is to live on a bus. It's not a lot of fun. I mean, cheers. Okay, good. Yeah. And then y'all have this like liquor that's like herbs. It's like a bunch of it's like I don't know what it is. It's I think it's like gin and there's a bunch of herbs in it. I don't know. It was I mean we said it a lot. we drank a lot. We kind of got bored on the bus and so Worth mentioning, the bus driver did not partake. Probably throw that little detail in. All right, just checking this once more. Kombucha? Oh. It wasn't like the bubbly acidic stuff in the United States. It was like a green bottle. It was big. Yeah, I'm not sure what it was called. If you had told me, I probably wouldn't remember. A lot of folks were like, "This is local. This is like what." I'll tell you what was funny though. We were doing. It was an international group, and we ended up doing gospel music, and like, you know, let's see. I'm not going to talk about that one. But you know, all of the folks there were trying to get like all the non-Americans were trying to get like all the pronunciation correct, and they were like, "Lord, is it Lord?" I'm like, "We're like, let's you don't want to do any affectation. Just say Lord." Like, but like every American was like a white person, so it was like you're asking the whiteys about pronunciation during gospel. It's like a tea with bubbles and it's probiotics. Yeah, not that one. It was like an alcohol. It was like a gin. Pretty robust in its flavor profile. So he's going to get ready to sing and do all this shenanigans, some chicanery. Now the other thing is I had some notes here. When we bring the folds together with the Bernoulli effect, that affects not only them coming together, not it affects the vocal mass. So he's changing dynamics. Not a lot, but also you got to wonder how much compression is on the mic. Just keep in mind this takes a little bit of coordination with the breath, a little bit more than just your average. Because when we just do the, a lot of that is lip musculature. It's not necessarily breath, but he has to manage that. So this sounds simple, but it's not. So, if you try it yourself, you're like, that's not so easy. I love him so much. Love Gene. He's definitely my favorite beatboxer. Now he's doing the, you know, where the glottal. What a glottal does is it allows us to get a percussive hack going with a pitch. I can't get my levels right. Too used to the damn compressor. Checking. Yeah, how's that work? Oh, let's lower that a little. And there we go. It's got to catch the. All right, I'll just have to speak out. Job. Right now, I'm compressing the shit up. Compressing. Mole from Pretty Quiet Space. Pig squeal. Yeah, I think like a lot of the people that I really, a lot of the whatever reason. There we go. Oh yeah. I like hippie a lot. The I don't know a lot about the pig squeal, but I know the vibration. He's really sick at vibrations. I like hippie a lot. That's cool to know hippie's got some love. Yeah, I know, but I don't know how to do the squeal. And what I'm saying is that hippie's really good at vibration. Huh. Oh. Oh. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Is what's his face? Oh my god. Vocoder. Vocoder does something like that, right? He uses that one a lot, as far as I know. Not gonna be enough. Uh um I get it. It's Adam. How do I I don't know how to there we go. 2, 1. Um Big squeal. Alright, I'll take a look at it. 2, 2. I wanna know how to get the I gotta get the waveform larger. I don't exactly know how. There we go. Alright, that solves that problem. Started from Kinesin 2018, which is also legendary. Canotion. I love that, like, a lot of times I feel like, whoa. That's a fucking plane. Yeah, I miss my RC 505 now. Cause I gotta test a Rooney. Test. Why did this start clipping all of a sudden? Test a Rooney. Test. What happened? Test. Alrighty. Oh, I don't know what happened, but there we go. That is some clipping right there. Alright. Okay. Yeah. Trying to fix it now. I was using the RC505 as a compressor, and right now it's not in the signal chain, so I'm trying to get that figured out. Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. Trying to get this figured out. Yeah, brand new setup. Check it out. Brand new setup. So that's one of the reasons it took a little bit to get the next one going. So I got new. Oof. Yeah, I was using the RC505 as a compressor, and that's at home. I'm trying to make a bunch of beats while I'm at home, and so like I took the computer out of the equation at home so I could focus on when I'm home. Like I have the music in front of me, and I don't have a choice. Like no computer, just a phone. So no games, nothing like that. I was having trouble with discipline, so that this is my way of trying to figure it. Yeah, right. Yeah. I was trying to do a background removal, so I have a blue screen in the background, but it didn't work. It just didn't, it wouldn't, the chroma key just wasn't good. It wasn't clean. So I decided to just do the blue, and like, we're working with it. So yeah. There we go. So when it comes to attacks, we have the you can kind of see how there's this like little wall here, right? However, when I do it gradually, let's see, aspirate gradual, and you can kind of see this right here. This buildup is me slowly bringing the air in. And by slowly bringing it in, it slowly brings the folds together, just like we talked about with the Bernoulli effect, where I did the pieces of paper and they came together. So glottal is the folds start together. And it creates that attack, and Gene is using that so that when he uses his voice, it's still in time and in rhythm, and it doesn't compromise. It is indeed Audacity. Yeah, that's what I need. I need to do Blueface. I have one. There we go. There we go. I use this for music video stuff, which I don't do that much yet. Well, I don't do that much anymore. That used to be the entirety what I did, but I stopped for a bit. And let's bring it back to Gene.
Like everyone,
when he does that stuff, I intentionally cut this up because, like, as much as I love to just sit here and react to things, I do want to make a point here. His arpeggio stuff is super intricate. He never just does it to where do-do-do-da, although that's not an arpeggio. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do. Right, that's an arpeggio. And his runs are so musically intricate, and the technique he uses to get through all that stuff is also really intricate. So when we change registers, we have to navigate breath. specifically as we go up, we have to often suspend the rib cage, at least in an opera where we're trying to keep everything really well managed. So if I'm doing this, I got to lower the mic a little bit. If I try to do that, and then I do beatboxing on top of that, you can hear my false folds coming in. You can hear tension. Let me get the... I have a good one for this. Spoop! Spoop! Right. Hey, Slat. Yeah, beatboxing and opera singing. That's my jam. Click rolls, like, I suck at click rolls. That might be the next thing I work on. Right now, the best I do is, like, but that's not click roll. I know it's like, click rolls when you have it on the side, right? Oh. That's the thing with beatboxing is, like, how long am I going to sit here like a stupid? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you guys do it. I'll figure it out, maybe. Lip roll combos? Maybe. Oh, that's not lip roll. You're talking about... I can't do that shit. And that's out of my wheelhouse. That's like, if I go to practice that, that's a bit out of my wheelhouse. Of skills I want to work on. Yeah, it's... Yeah, the tongue roll. Yeah. The inward lip roll, as far as I understand it, what you guys do is you kind of bring the sides of your tongue loosely near kind of the molars. And then you suck in a lot of air. Yeah. Do I think that practicing beatboxing helps with singing? I think it helps with musicianship. I think it depends. I wouldn't mind doing that at all, Kubamir. I might do that at the end of this one. And then we'll do... I wanted to do Beyonce stream and then a gospel stream. But I know that you all beatboxing people are more European, and so if I go too late with that, so I might do like a League of Legends thing where I just stream and then we talk shit while I do that, because I don't know, I'm on ADHD meds, so I probably don't need to do that. But yeah, no, I wouldn't mind hopping in and trying to get that shit done. I like I have the how many times do I need to do X before I stop sucking? That would be fun. But I do have a Discord. I think it might be in the description. I'm not sure. We'll get there, though. I wanted to get through Gene. So these are the false folds. And the false folds, when we get tight as singers, these get tense. Watch this move a little bit. We're going to see the contraction. It's pretty significant, right? They're much larger than the vocal folds. So when I do that, when I do the that has a major impact on the voice. There we go. All right. We're working on things. So that has a major impact on the voice. So what Gene is doing is he's navigating that very carefully. As he goes up, he has to be mindful of that. So he's using a bunch of these things to manage the back pressure. So when you exhale, the folds can they come together and they flip open. If you put too much air in, they can get too much together. So what you do in response to that is you do, and by doing that, you're introducing back pressure. So he's doing that to ascend as a way to navigate through the register change. So his falsetto is also really nice. And oftentimes people treat falsetto like it's cheating, but I gotta tell you, like, I can't do it anymore. And as an opera singer, we try our damnedest to get rid of it. But that means that I can't always bring it back. So being able to navigate a falsetto is not so easy. And also falsetto is not an on or off thing. When it comes to falsetto, really what we're talking about is how much vocal adduction is there. I get paint up. Whoop. There we go. Yeah. There we go. So falsetto is interesting. Often it is called the F word as far as vocal shenanigans go. So at what point is it falsetto, right? So if there's that much adduction and there's that much air coming through, is that falsetto? Or is it when it's absolutely wide open like it is right here? There's a giant argument. Is it head voice? Is it falsetto? It's on a continuum. And so Gene does that shit. And it's incredible. So, Kumir, I'm going to get through the Gene stuff, and then we'll go into it. It might take a little bit, though. Yeah, I tried inward bass a lot. I'm just happy I have vibration bass. And it's interesting with vibration bass. It's like you want really relaxed false folds, but then you want your aryepiglottic sphincter. Yeah. I think at this point, like, the vibration bass is good enough where I just want to work on, like, music. Yeah. Yeah. And then my cymbals are not tight enough. It's enough to work on that stuff for me. Yeah. So like working on a bunch of sounds stuff is fun, but it's like I would rather focus on making music. Yeah. I love beatboxing. It's so crazy. I don't know who the hell came up with this shit, but anywhere bass is definitely not crazy. That's the thing, is like it takes so much to get the sound to be of a certain quality. To get a bunch of sounds in, it's like at that point I'd rather just work on looping or something. Yeah, I mean that'd be cool. I don't like, it'd be nice to have. We'll see what I'm doing, because like the studio is outside of my house, so I can stream, I think, longer periods of time without distraction. So I would love to just have a thing where we pop in and we make stupid sounds. I think that'd be fun. Anyway, what was it going on about? Yeah, navigating falsetto. Lava, like we talked about. That shit is so dope. I love that one. That is from his bit Home. So a lot of what we're talking about again is how much of the vocal folds are coming together. How much does he navigate that, and how does he do it? So when he does the big inhale like this, he has to get rid of it. The more inhale you take, the harder it is to navigate. So if I do what he did, now all of a sudden I got this going on. Now I'm more comfortable doing this, because as an opera singer, we take some big fucking inhales. There's a big difference between, ooh, this is speech level singing, do da 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 dee da da do, and then this. What the hell would I sing? I don't want to do an out amorosa. Amorosi, let's. Amorosi miei giorni. Watch what happens when I take in too much air. It's the morning, I'm not warmed up, so the false folds are kind of coming in. You're going to hear that tension versus watch when I take in too much air. I'm fighting it. That's easier, right? That's less false fold contraction. And the more breath I take in, the more that's going to happen. The false folds come together. It's like a protective mechanism. When we talk about singing, we want control over them, but they're there because when you put too much air, it stiffens and protects the folds from going too floppy together and causing damage, a vocal hemorrhage specifically. What do you mean? My mirror. Sorry. So that's why he's getting rid of the air there. And by having that to where he's controlling the false folds, it allows him to more easily slip into falsetto.
This is not your typical shape so asymmetrical, riddled with imperfections, crying out for some affection.
So he's going in and out of falsetto, using all of these tricks. And again, when we have consonants, it's very similar to what we're talking about with that buildup of back pressure. Riddled with imperfection, crying out for some affection. So by using fricatives, which is f, s, the, or z, or v, which are really just on voice and voice, by using fricatives, he's allowing for a lot of that air dump. So he's composing all this stuff with all of these vocal mechanisms in mind. Whether or not it's intentional, I doubt he's like pen and paper, right? He's kind of, it's more intuitive for him, but he's figuring it out.
This is not
when I don't have the articulators and I don't use the fricatives, you're gonna hear it's kind of a little awkward for me. That glottal, it's stiff. It's not. It's just a little too much. So if I can't do it as fast as he does it without doing what he's doing.
This is not your typical
Gracefully.
shape so asymmetrical, riddled with imperfections, crying out for some affection.
That spit snare. Oh.
Wishes for a particle.
Yeah, you know you're doing a great job when Skiller is like, "Oh shit," on your spit snare. I haven't seen Mighty yet. I imagine Norbase a lot of fun to do. I'm still having trouble with the resonance with vibration bass. It comes and goes. To get that consistent sound where it's resonant the entire way through and you have all the consonants to navigate, it's crazy, man. It's crazy when people like Codfish do it well. Not that Dilo doesn't, but Codfish does it really well. What was I talking about with Gene?
Wishes for a particle.
That spit snare.
There appears a shapeless. Take my hand and you'll be weightless. I'll take you places I've never seen.
So one of the things I was talking about with the false folds, they're not always the enemy. One of the really popular sounds that vocoder and a lot of other people do a lot is they'll tighten this, right? They'll contract the false folds. Be a bunch of headbangers. Shout out to vocoder. He's streaming live on Twitch. Are you talking about? Yeah. It changes it whenever you have that constant, that buildup. That, man, I don't know. It's so, that's the thing, is like, why would I introduce a new sound when I, it's struggle bus just to get that one right, you know? Anyway. A little gas. I was talking about with Gene. We were on spit snare, and then we were on what? All right, false folds. So you want to be able to have a dynamic control over that. And if you recall in that video where we saw them, well, let's bring it up. We have this really, really big range of motion. Right? And the sound is dramatic, right? One sounds like you haven't had enough fiber in your diet. And the other sounds really nice and loose. So Gene is using that dynamic range in order to create different sounds. Let me finish this one point and then I'll respond, because I just want to... Recollection is difficult for me, an old man.
Kaleidoscopic shapes of synchronizing harmony. I'll introduce you to our family. And they'll be taking you home.
So it's not enough to have the false folds. No. Not enough to have the false folds. Gene has standards. I gotta bring back this guy, decapitate him every time. What do I think about profanity? I think it's fine. I don't think it's unhealthy. I think the messaging matters more. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, I think a lot of, it depends. I don't mind it, but I can see, you know, if someone finds that maybe distracting from the music, I can understand that. But I don't think it's, I don't really pay attention to it. That's me. I mean, I curse in my videos like a true professional. So the false folds are definitely closer to the voice. Right, they're right next to the vocal folds. But we also have massive jaw muscles. So even if I have the false folds completely relaxed, that affects the tone. Also very difficult to have your jaw contracted without the false folds also contracting. So Gene is using his jaw muscles just complete like yeah. Did I mention I'm not a beatboxer? And then he goes right into being able to control. Gene's so good at this. It's very being able to be very tense and then relax takes a tremendous amount of control and body awareness.
I'll be taking you. I'll be.
I don't know if that's a post snare or what that's called, but having that cluck, to do it the way he's doing it, you require so much resonance in the oral cavity. It was Reap's one move. He does this. Reap's one in move actually does this really well. When you can control the resonance, you almost get this sense of pitch. But there's levels to this, right? It sounds way different than, right? By getting that cluck, I get that different resonance. And the way that Gene is doing it, that's pretty resonant.
I'll be taking you.
I don't know if he's got the cluck, he's doing all this other stuff. And it's also worth noting that before, in this cluck, he's getting this white noise with the on that exhale. And that is also resonant. Spectrogram time. And then, yeah. Let's see. That's... So this isn't actually, it's very in common with a whistle here. This is a spectrogram, so we have, you're going to see resonance as being a bunch of pitches vertically. We whistle. We can kind of see that there's this, let me get the arrow out. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There we go. We can kind of see these frequencies right here build up. So here's me whistling, and then this is me singing. And we use this often in beatboxing when we do like a bass. Right, I can control all of that. That's what Gene is doing with that. Listen, this man has got tricks. How long is this video so far? 16 minutes? All right. We'll wait until the 2016 is done.
I'll be taking you. And taking you.
This was back in the day when this was like really cool, okay? Alright, Skiller, I'm pretty sure Skiller was the champion previous. I might be off there. But this is back when articulation, like elim was huge, Skiller was huge. Nowadays, it's all about that bass. Right? Everyone's freaking out. They want inward bass, laser bass, click roll, whatever the hell the new bass is. Everyone's always interested in that. But back then, articulations were really big. That was like the oh shit moment. So even Skiller, the guy who won based off of that, the craziness, this is why everyone's freaking out here. But because it was more appreciated back then, these nuances of resonance were people were a bit more aware of it. Every click, every symbol, everything has resonance to it. And then he's doing what I was doing, the how, manipulating the lips and the oral cavity to create different resonance. And so he's phrasing the clucks, he's phrasing the symbols by right? Crazy.
I'll take you places that you've never
Gene is
seen.
goated, man.
Kaleidoscopic shapes to synchronize in harmony. I'll introduce you to our babblies.
Babbly. My little note here was that, hey, Shakespeare made words up too, okay? So, did he make shit up? Yes, but that's why he's akin to Shakespeare. Gene, just on another level.
And I'll be taking you home.
It's also worth mentioning that when we sing, resonance is also... I'm going to try to do this with just the... It's hard not to get everything right. The larynx, the false folds, just the oral resonance. I'm going to try to isolate that. Yeah. You're going to hear how it actually affects a lot of stuff. Just the oral cavity, just changing that is going to change not just what sounds are coming out of my voice, but also the mechanics of it. It's going to affect the larynx. It's going to affect the false fold. They're all tied. When I do something with one part of my voice, it will affect the other. So he's got to account for all of that, which is why Gene is goated. That's that. I don't know how people do that, the lip thing. And that just like... I'm switching right now between 2016 and 2017 GBB, but like if we go and we just look at Metamorphosis real quick. Really, actually, if we just look at anything Gene does.
Getting over to get that coffee that I don't like. Crumpled dollars in my pocket, I get in line.
Yeah. Yeah, why does he have to play instruments, okay? So my point is that this is 2016, 2017. Gene is already doing crazy shit. Now he just keeps getting better. He's rubbing our faces in it. And it's rude. But not just that, the music he makes is really sick. You can kind of vibe with it.
Thing every day. If it meant that I could see you again tonight, and maybe I'll remember your name this time.
And then he gets into it and you can just kind of groove it. Yeah.
And I'll never give up.
That hits so hard. You can prop up to a red light and just,
Yeah, whoever you are.
Alright. And it doesn't matter that it's beatboxing. The people next to you at this red light, they're gonna be like, oh shit, what's that? And they're gonna bump with it. They're gonna start bumping with it. And if they're super white like me, chronically Caucasian even, they're just gonna do one of these. Sorry, Slat. Message on Discord. Do I think beatboxing can go mainstream? No, but I think beatboxing groups can go mainstream. Because I think it's a variation of acapella. Acapella has been shown that it absolutely can be very mainstream. Maybe not top 100, but acapella has shown itself to be very big. And I think beatboxers offer acapella leveled up. One of these? Yeah, I could do that. Oh, the tut? Yeah. Yeah, Yamaha. Yeah, I've been listening to them. They copyright all their stuff, so I can't do it live. But I was going to try doing like covers of their stuff and then break it down from there. Do I think bands? We've seen people who use beatboxing skills. So in metal, there's a guy who he uses consonants. We've kind of seen that with Korn. It's happened in metal, but it's not quite beatboxing. You're never going to get... It's like we see piano in pop, but we don't see like Dvorak or like Beethoven or Liszt. Beatboxing in terms of like peak beatboxing, we're never going to see that. That's always going to be niche. The same way like metal guitar music is niche. But we'll see it with like Yamaha. And what one of them was, there's a beatboxing group that was on GBB with like MB14, I think, and all those guys. I'm not sure if MB14, but like it was a big one. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, full beatboxing, music, acapella, pop. Yeah, kind of like a mix of that. I'm gonna get to Metamorphosis. I think I have it here.
When you stop to say hello. When you stop to say hello.
Yes, it's mixed, but Gene doesn't stop. Doesn't stop getting better. And the dude DJs like a boss as well. So, yes. In my opinion, Gene Shinozaki is goated. Surkani? I'll have to check them out. I gotta do the intro. Gene Shinizaki is goated. I gotta bring the zoom in. I'll do that. We're talking about a man. I think pronouns he, him. But we're talking about an individual who can sing, who has immaculate control over the voice, who can beatbox, who will then proceed to make songs, who will then play instruments, who will then DJ. We're not going to get into the DJ because I don't know if you've noticed, I'm very, very not hip with the kids. I'm an opera singer, so I can talk about his voce and I can talk about some of his composition and arrangement. I love Helium. Yes, I have, yeah, Helium's fucking fantastic. As an opera singer, I am fascinated about all things voce, which is foreign. That's foreign speak for voice. Yes, the American is being very Western-centric, and I'm saying foreign. Listen, okay? You're lucky I don't have bald eagles flying in here and exploding. Exploding bald eagles, that's truly American. Anyway. My name is Lesage Singing, I'm an opera singer, and I'm going to talk to you and tell you why this man right here, Gene Shinizaki, is fucking goated. Let's go. H-House, yes, but only because of the BBU. I haven't followed H-House other than BBU. Yeah, man, that's Gene. It's Gene in a nutshell. And then I'll do a little bit of a thing. Yes, beatbox music did originate in the US. Classic story of anything modern music. It was an originating. It originated in, I'm not sure where, but it was black culture, which is like, leave it, like everything. It's crazy, man. The amount of culture that comes out of the US from black communities. Think about it. DJing, rapping, hip hop. Yes, and DJing was a black thing, right? Damn near everything music that we associate and we think about, maybe EDM being an exception, that's black. I know that Brooklyn is where rap came. And I think it was actually the Bronx. And I think the breakdancing as well. But like, so I think the origin of beatboxing is similar to that of slap bass. The guy Larry Graham, who came up with the boom 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 boom, like that crazy style of bass. Larry Graham did that because they lost the drummer. So in practice, he had to do something. So he did the slap and pop. And then with beatboxing, I'm pretty sure it was very similar. And you'll hear it even with Eminem will do it. Chicka chicka Slim Shady, right? Chicka chicka Slim Shady, right? Slim Shady is right? Hi, my name is Chicka chicka Slim Shady. Right? It's supposed to mimic a whatever that is, the turntable. Anyway. This is going to be like the outro thing. Yeah, I'm having trouble with vibration.
There's like a resonance that you have to hit. I feel like a Tibetan monk over here. I don't know how Codfish does it. Maybe I'll get there one day. Yeah, that's true. I don't sure when it came up. When it started happening. I'd have to look into the history of it. It'd be interesting to look at the history of beatboxing. Looks super orange right now. I don't have any color correction. It's just the light. Fuck it. I don't know. I don't know. I'll leave it to other people. I wouldn't mind checking those out. Some beatboxing history videos. That'd be fun. Yeah, put this together. All right, yeah, that'd be dope. I'm glad people are using the Discord. Check that out. I doubt it's copyrighted, but I might want to check beforehand. Let me just put this together. Gene Shinazaki is goated. Gene Shinazaki is goated. We're talking about a man. And just, I think I should be fine on hotkey. I'm so glad I have my new graphics card. Is goated. We're talking about a man. What? About a man. Think pronouns he, him. Then think pronouns he, him. We're talking about him. We're talking about an individual. An listen a bit more. An individual who can sing. Trying to get the energy of kind of more Shazam. Individual can sing, who has immaculate control over the voice, who can beatbox. And this. Usually I do these manually and while I'm live, but I have to set up the hotkeys. Who can sing, who has immaculate control over the voice, who can beatbox, who will then
Yeah, I like editing though. I used to hate it.
Gene Shinizaki is goated. We're talking about immaculate control over the voice, who can beatbox, who will then proceed to make songs, who will then play instruments.
Whoa. That. Get the playback correct.
Songs. Songs. Who will then play instruments.
I just gotta do it differently on the apps.
Who will then play instruments. Who will then. Gene Shinizaki. Who will then DJ.
Whistling and beatboxing combos? No.
Who will then DJ. I'm not going to get into the DJ because I don't know if you've noticed,
We don't need to go there.
I'm an opera singer, so I can talk about his voce and I can talk about some of his composition and arrangement. As an opera singer, I am fascinated about all things voce, which is foreign speak for voice. Yes, the American is being very Western-centric, and I'm saying foreign. Listen, okay? You're lucky I don't have bald eagles flying in here and exploding. Exploding bald eagles. That's truly American. Anyway, my name is Lesage Singing.
We'll keep that, maybe.
My name is Lesage Singing. I'm an opera singer, and I'm going to talk to you and tell you why this man right here, Gene Shinizaki, is fucking goated. Let's go.
We'll do this. I think we'll get rid of all that.
And I can talk about some of his singers. So I can talk about his voce, and I can talk about some of his composition and arrangement. As an opera singer, I am fascinated about all things voce, which is foreign. Then DJ. I'm an opera singer.
Maybe
so I can talk
once.
about his voce, and I can talk about some of his composition and arrangement. As an opera singer, I am fascinated about all.
Yeah, we'll do that.
As an opera singer, I am fascinated about all things voce.
I'll do Let's Go.
Which is foreign. Is fucking goated.
I'm gonna get a beep in here.
And I'm gonna talk to you and tell you why this man right here, Gene Shinizaki, is fucking.
Let's get a little bleep. No.
My name is Lesage Singing. I'm an opera singer, and I'm going to talk to you and tell you why this man right here, Gene Shinizaki, is fucking goated. Gene.
That's one thing I might do is Peter and the Wolf. Something like that.
Goated. Gene Shinazaki is goated. We're talking about a man.
No, I'm gonna leave that because otherwise I'm gonna have to do all the fucking jump cuts all over again. Beep. Nope.
Is fuck goated. Gene is goated. Gene Shinazaki is goated. We're talking about
Polyphonic? I have done it every now and then, but it's not. Opera 2? Dimash? I gotta do an honest review of Dimash. That's a video I have to do. I have some things to say about Dimash that might get me doxxed. I don't think he's bad or anything like that, but I think Dimash is all over the place, which is fine. But like that diversity of skill set means he's not the best at every skill set. So that's something I've wanted to talk about because I think it's interesting. Because he has haters that I think are it's the extremes. Like the haters hate too much, the people who love him love too much. Yeah, the stands go fucking insane. Like he's the best singer in the world. Like he does a lot of shit. And he's a great performer. He's super talented. He's super hype. You know, he's a really great singer. But you know, I don't think people understand like because he's so diversified in all of the shit that he does. Yeah, a lot of people idolize him.
Goated. Gene Shinazaki is goated. We're talking about a man. Think pronouns he, him. We're talking about an individual who can sing, who has immaculate control over the voice, who can beatbox, who will then proceed to make songs, who will then play instruments, who will then DJ. As an opera singer, I am fascinated about all things voce. Let's go.
The chair sound is something I'll need to fix here.
Let's go.
And then when I have this.
Super white like me, chronically Caucasian even, they're just gonna do one of these.
When you stop to say hello.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with vibration. There's like a resonance that you have to hit. I feel like a Tibetan monk over here. I don't know how Codfish does it. Yeah, maybe I'll get there one day. Goated. Yeah, I'm having trouble with vibration.
That's going to be an interesting one. Is the jump cut going to be a little weird? This we want to do an animation? Sure. Like this one. Let's do bangers. That is branding. Have bangers? Yeah, I do.
Shinozaki is goated. Yeah, I've been having trouble with vibration.
Oh. And then we'll bring the saturation down.
Zaki is goated. Yeah, I've been having trouble with vibration.
Oh,
There's like a resonance that you have.
And then we'll do. Okay, that'll do. Let's go to. Sorry, I'll get to 1 second. We'll do it full quality here. We'll do it full send. All right, there we go. K-pop levels? I don't know about K-pop levels, but pretty close. People get really crazy with Dimash. It's weird. I think it's super weird. He's great, but like, yeah, people are way too crazy over him. Damn, it's gonna take an hour to export. Holy shit. All right. That's gonna be it for the beatboxing live stream. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you. Sorry that we had to work out the audio levels, but appreciate everyone sticking around. That's gonna be it, and then we're gonna have I think what I might do is I might do a Dimash one. I'll do a gospel one. Probably in about 2 hours, and then I'll do a pop one with Dimash probably. Or no, because I have American Requiem to do, so that'll be later today. Alrighty. Thanks for tuning in. How often do a YouTube stream? I don't stream on Twitch. I try doing it, but it doesn't make sense. Because like I have to advertise Twitch. It's weird because I have a YouTube channel, so I'm trying to do it every Sunday. And what I might do is I might do like game streams in Discord just to hang out. And then do that live. Yeah. I think I'll be fine because I'm not gonna hate. I'm just gonna be like, we got to be like, you know, it's like an honest review. So I have to figure out how to package it. But it's gonna be like, you know, like let's speak honestly about Dimash and what he can and can't do. Because I think there are going to be people who are going to hate. There are going to be people who are going to be like, you know, but I think for the most part, if I'm just level-headed about it, people will be okay with it. I wouldn't be confrontational about it. I'd just be like, time period where all Dimash most difficult songs were done lip-synced. But that's a lot of people. And that's a good one to kind of touch on. It's like, you know, lip-syncing criticism. It's like everyone kind of does it. Everybody. Like,
So, you know, yeah, there would be examples. There would be examples. So it would just take a little bit of preparation to do the video. But yeah, I would want to talk about it honestly and just be like, look, he can do amazing things, but we gotta talk about like the fact that he's not perfect. So I want to address the crazies on both sides. We'll have a measured debate over what he can actually do. Because again, it's a lot. It's a lot. But like, for example, like when he does the covering opera thing, like, sorry, I do it better, but I've also been doing it for like 16 years. But he does better than like 90, maybe 95% of like professional tenors, but it's like, you know, he doesn't do it as well as Pavarotti. He doesn't do it as well as I do. But like, I'm a specialist. I'm a Mozart guy. So you can't do Mozart without knowing how to do that. So you can say how he can improve and get better at certain things. Yeah. And like the thing, Damasha's superpower is his versatility. But the thing is that versatility comes at a cost. He's not a specialist. He can do a lot of things, and he picks and places things in all of these different ways to make really impressive decisions. Like he gets to do a lot of different decision making because of the versatility of his technique, which is great. But like, it just means he's not a specialist. That's all. That's all I have to say about the really. And I would make that into like a video, I think. Oh shit, Beatbox House? That's fucking cool. Good for them. That's fucking cool. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go take a break and chill out a little bit. And then I'll get to we'll get into more streams. I'll do a Terrell one, I think. Yeah. So I'm gonna go chill out.